Okay, I hit the wrong button and it shut the video off, so I'm starting from here, where we left off. This is the light switch down here to these lights. I guess you guys will figure that out later, but I'm just doing these videos because this gets me confused also, and they also work from here too, as well. Anyway, so this is it. We're gonna go through here. There's some cabinets here with some stuff in them. There's plenty of things in here. So this is what we use for a little wet bar there and there. Okay. So I guess you guys can figure out how to use this Nespresso and the coffee machine, and there's a hot water boiler there and some things there and things here, utensils in here, and stove there. Okay, let's see, what's up in the other refrigerator? Refrigerator there, just cleaned out. Ice maker that is not 100%. I would usually buy a bag of ice and just stick it down here, but it doesn't work 100% of the time for some reason. The ice maker, it's always on the fritz for some reason. I don't know why, but anyway. I just buy a bag of ice, keep it in there. As you can see, there's one in there now. And this stove is done by, or worked by pressing that power button right there. Turns on. And then those 4 burners are shown right there. So you just pick the burner you want, which is top left. And then you can set the temperature.
You can touch it because it's the pan has to.
Yeah, the pan has to be on there for it to turn on. So it won't burn you if you touch it. But if the pan's on there, it'll start getting hot. Which the pans are down here, pots and pans. Pots and pans, stuff down there. Okay, and the dishwasher, we use that one by hitting the power button there. And then going over here, and she just did something, hit OK. Power button, then OK. And then you hit that button there. To send to normal, Okay, so that switches it to normal. And you close it, and it starts. And that's that for the washer. Okay, dishwasher. This is the Wi-Fi router that we use, and it's more or less a hotspot. It works fine for me. I mean, I wouldn't do any important business or try to do, meetings of importance with Wi-Fi around here anyway, because we don't have fiber and it's not 100% reliable. So I just use this for Netflix and streaming movies and that sort of thing. So it works perfectly for that. Every now and then it'll go out, but if you hit this power button there or unplug it, just hit that power button, it turns off, let it sit for 10 seconds or so, then hit it again and turn it on. It usually works where you can unplug it from down there. There's a surge suppressor strip down there. But this subwoofer here stays on all the time. And this television's a little tricky, but I'm gonna give you a quick rundown on how to work that. You got 5 speakers with surround sound. There's one back here, and there's one back here. The way I do this is first you turn the television on. The television is a Samsung, so I get the Samsung controller and just hit the power button. It turns on. There is a little, maybe you can see it, this little button back there that lights up whenever it receives a signal. So you see that? Turned off the television, and you can tell by this little light on the television, the little Samsung light turned off. You hit the power button again on the Samsung controller and it turns it right back on. and the light comes on, the television comes on to this screen, and you're probably familiar with this. So with the Samsung controller, again, you're just gonna scroll across the bottom menu. Hold it a second, 1 second here. Going back to the home key, you can use the home key whenever you get lost, just hit the home key, which is right there. So yeah, you just scroll across to Netflix, Prime, or whatever, with the arrow button on this controller. If you want to watch Netflix, of course, you click on that, which is the center button right there. In between all the arrows, center button on the Samsung controller. So for instance, if you want to watch Netflix, you just click on that, and you can, there's other people on here, but I'll leave my account on there as well. You just click the center button or the enter button on that, like you normally do on Netflix, and then your menu comes up. To get back to the home page where you see all the apps, again, you have to hit the home button on the controller. So you hit the home button, you're back here. To watch television, French television, cable television, I should say, just go to the HDMI section there with this Samsung controller again. Just hit the left arrow because you're on Netflix right now. Just go to the left one, hit select, and this comes up. It's HDMI. It just shows you that you're on HDMI. So from this point, you can choose a channel. I usually start with 45 because that's BBC. Hold on 1 sec. Oh, I forget. On the Yamaha controller, this is where it gets a little tricky. On the Yamaha controller, you have to, which is the receiver, which is in this cabinet right in there. Again, they take the Yamaha controller, point it at that little button that I was telling you about, and just hit the, let's see if you can see it here. You can't see it, it doesn't focus in on it, but it's the, it says BD DVD. It's this first button on the top left, and it's the Yamaha controller. Just hit that one like that, and it'll switch it over to BBC World News, which is channel 45. That's where I start, just to get a feel for where the channels are. So I know this one is on. Like I said, you take, and I'm using two controllers at this time. I'm using the Samsung controller and the Yamaha controller. But to change channels on the cable box, you need to use the Canal Plus controller, which is this one. So to turn up the volume, you just, on the Yamaha receipt or the Yamaha controller, you just turn up the volume like that, and there you go.
Well, multilateralism needs nurturing, and
way
we
too loud.
certainly in Spain want to nurture
Anyway,
multilateralism.
from there, if you wanted to
International
change
trade,
channels,
we know that there is a big dispute between
you can
Europe
either go
and
up
the
or
US.
down
The
on
US thinks that
the
Airbus
controller,
cheats.
which is a Canal Plus controller, and just go up or down.
Différence, ça, c'est brutal, c'est de la tyrannie, c'est de l'assaut de
So, if you don't want to use up the Wi-Fi, because it's only 120 gigabytes a month, which lasts a long time, because we've been here about 3 months. I mean, I'm sorry, 3 weeks, and I streamed a lot of shows and movies and that sort of thing, and it hasn't ran out of gigabytes yet, so it does pretty good. Again, just to get you familiar with the controllers, there is a Yamaha controller which controls the Yamaha receiver, and if it doesn't work for you, don't change the wiring at all, because it isn't the wiring. Trust me on that one, it's not the wiring, it's just the way that you're trying to push the buttons. But the Yamaha, Samsung, and the Canal Plus one. So to get back to Netflix, you would go to your Samsung controller, hit the home button, and then click Netflix. You got to go over because you got to get off of the Canal Plus. So you got that, you hit Netflix, and you're back on this. Although the sound is still on the cable box. If you can hear, here, let me put it up a little. See, the sound is still on there, so you gotta go to the receiver and hit the TV button to be on the Netflix sound, which I'll just turn on here first for you. See, right now it's on Netflix sound. To change it back to the sound for cable, you'd have to do 2 steps. Click the BD DVD button here on the Yamaha receiver controller, which switches the sound over to the cable box. Then you got to go to the Samsung controller, hit the home button, and then go to HDMI by using the arrows, hit select, and then you're back here again. It's confusing, I know, but that's the way to do it. Sorry. So that's it for the television. So I'm going to turn this off. Oh, if you wanted to use it for Bluetooth, you would just hit the Bluetooth button right here on the Yamaha, and you'll be able to link your phone up to it and use the sound, which sounds amazing, by the way, through your phone, any music that you have on your phone. So I'm going to turn this off for now by hitting the Samsung button, which turns off the television. Hit the Yamaha button, which turns on the receiver. You do not have to turn off the cable box. Don't worry about turning off the cable box. You just leave that on. Okay, so that's that. Let's see what else. Oh yeah. This Terrace has another controller, or this Terrace has a controller, and it actually works the screen up here. So this controller will allow this. If you push the up button, of course it goes up. You push the down button, it goes down. There's also a pause button there too, but going down, you see the screen slowly coming down. And that's so you can like turn off the air conditioning and everything at night. Sometimes people like doing that to have the cool breeze come through here with all the windows opened, and all the windows have screens, so don't worry about any bugs getting in. So that's that. Over here, you have at night when you go to sleep, you have to reach over and hit that button to have the shutter door come down, and I'll show you how that works. You actually have to hold it. It won't come down if you let go of it, so you have to hold it to come down, and the same for going up. So that's the shutter door that you want to bring down every night for 2 reasons. One, for safety, and the other for keeping the air conditioning in and keep it nice and cool in here. So to bring it up, of course, you just go up with that, and you can hear it stop. And when you're bringing it down, make sure there's nothing in its way, because it'll, I guess, ruin the motor on the shutter. So this area's got to be clear. And you got the shutter up there. There's a light out here also, which makes for like a whole new living space at night. You can turn on the light, lights up this area nicely, and you can just close these for more privacy. But it's pretty private back here anyway. There's nothing being built on the other side of that fence because it's a natural preserve. So you have to pull down there, and folks living down there and over there. But it's pretty quiet and peaceful back here because it's in the far left corner of Orient Bay Village. So it's pretty cool. Here we have some beach chairs that a couple left for other guests to use, which was very nice of them. We thanked them for that. That one was ours, and they bought those and the little umbrella, which works great. Uh, on windy days, of course, you might not be able to use the umbrella, but the chairs work great. Anyway, so that's that. There's a grill out here as well. Uh, you have to light it manually. There's something wrong with the little igniter, so I just light it manually with a long lighter, which I have in one of these cabinets underneath the television. Okay, coming back here. This is what it looks like from this angle. Got the air conditioning vent there. Pretty much the same way it does. It's pretty much the same way it looks when from the pictures. Let's see what else. Oh, you can manually open and close the shutters by, let me show you. There's a hook up here somewhere. There it is. This thing right here will spin to bring down that shutter manually if the electricity goes out, and you just use this pole right here that's in the corner to latch up to it. See, that hook goes up on that loop, and you just spin it and it will close up for you. It just stays back there. Okay, so that's just a little ottoman that I keep there. Just a little stool. You got 3 stools here. The television swivels also, so if you're outside and hanging out there having a few drinks, you can swivel the television so it's facing the outside. You can just sit out there and watch television. Or if you're eating at the island here, you can watch at that angle. Let's see what else we got. I think we got all of this. I always keep these closed, but if you do want to open them, there's a screen there. Sometimes guests forget to close them and rain gets in and it sort of messes up the wall there. That's why I always keep them closed, so I don't have to remember. Anyway, the upstairs, small, quaint little upstairs. I'll turn on some lights. One is here, which is just a little switch right there. And the other one's right here. That one's right here. So there's a switch there for that light. A little round one here works these lights over the shower. And I had them put the shower head really high so guests don't have to scrunch down. And the marble feels really nice under your feet. There's marble throughout the entire apartment, by the way. There's a little sitting area there, another scored toilet, and again, if you see that the water is running, just punch these little buttons a couple of times to let the damper drop, and then it will start filling up. Here's the other window. I'll show you the other window. And to raise up the shutters, you just hit this button right here, top, bottom, up, down. You can hear the shutter going up. Again, we asked the guests not to open these up only because they're left open and we have to replace this drywall all the time and it gets to be a pain and expensive. So this opens up, it's just levers. You just open those up and you can see the beach from here. Club O right there. Let me see if I can focus there. So at least you could see it. I mean, it's not a great view, but it's a view. All right, so down with the shutters. Coming down. Almost there. Perfect. Okay, and then the washing machine is done by first turning on the power button, which is right there. It's that white one, of course. And then it says some stuff over here. Then you turn that, hit that button to open the door, put your stuff in, close the door by pushing on it, and hearing it click. And then this is where you put in your laundry detergent. You can put laundry detergent in that one, you can put laundry detergent in that one, and none in that one, because that's for your fabric softener. Detergent, fabric softener. Okay. When you put bleach in, do white, so you put it right in the first one, or the one on the right. Yeah, the first one. And then, yeah, so that's that. The other thing is, it's ready to go now. You put it on what is called automatic something. Can you put it back to that again? Automatic plus, that's the one. And then just hit start and then it'll go. All right, so that's that. Yeah. So we just turned it off and it's right underneath the sink. You got some drawer stuff there, blow dryer, and some junk down here. It's like a junk drawer. Anyway, this here on the shower is to turn on the water. This one, and it'll come out of the shower head when you use the top one. When you use the middle one, it comes out of your hose there. And this just gets it from cold to hot, right, left, cold, hot. I just usually put on a setting for the time I'm here, unless my wife changes it, and just leave it at that setting and just use the two top ones, which makes it pretty convenient. Anyway, that's that, and then you got a mirror here. You have closet there, ironing board, some miscellaneous stuff, vacuum, and the safe, which you just slide your card there, enter a number. The directions are right here, so there's a couple of different ways you can use it. So that's that. If there's an emergency and you forget the combination or something, or you lost the card that you used, we have a key that will open it manually, which is right there. You just ask the property manager to get you that key, and they'll come by and open it up for you. If for some crazy reason it runs out of batteries, again, you can get somebody to come in here and do it manually, or you can use this battery backup, which is in one of the drawers. It's just a battery backup. It has batteries in there. You just plug it right under there. There's a hole under there where this hooks up to, underneath here. Okay, and there's some extra bulbs in here. Another thing I wanted to let you guys know is that you have 120 outlets here for your cell phones and laptops or Kindles or whatever. So you don't need a converter or an adapter. You can just use these if you like. And there's one in each drawer. An extra light bulb in case you need them for the lamps. There's a fan here in case you need a fan. I like to, sometimes it gets really hot and you just like a fan on you to get cooled down quickly. The television, the Canal Plus works up here, as you see, but it's turned off. And no matter how many times we leave it on, it gets turned off somehow, either by a guest or the electricity goes off, which it does periodically, very often. I don't want to say very often, but periodically. And so it stays off, and then time lapse. You know, I think it's like 2 or 3 weeks when that amount of time goes by. The card that goes in the back of it that allows you to watch cable expires, and so I have to keep taking it back to Canal Plus to do it, or for them to reprogram it. So you're not going to get any French channels and BBC and that sort of thing here, but you can still use a television by turning it on with the Samsung controller. And if you wanted to listen to the radio, for instance, if you wanted some radio, you can have it on HDMI. Just hit select, or I'm sorry, TV. Hold on one sec. Let's go back here. Hit the home button. Go to cable box. Hit select. And it takes you to this. And the radio channels on the Canal Plus start at 200. So you gotta turn it on. Takes a minute to turn on. Okay, so it's on now. This is just like a infomercial. It just keeps on going and going and going for Canal Plus. So they're not channels. You can just click on a channel and like it'll read this, meaning that it's not programmed. The card isn't programmed. So you can start at 200 because you can get radio. So you can listen to French radio. And they play American music as well. And Latin music. So that's that. It's a television. You got plenty of drawer space here. 3 on each side. Sturdy, heavy duty cabinets. Up there is just our storage. We just leave that stuff up there. There's no way of getting up there unless you have a ladder. I don't think you're going to be traveling with a ladder, but yeah, it's just our personal items, clothes, that sort of thing. Nothing valuable. Up there, you got your air conditioner, which is controlled by this controller. Yet another controller. This, you can figure it out yourself. It's very easy to figure out. Right now it's set at 25, and you can turn it up to make it colder and down to make it warmer. The property manager probably already have this set, so all you gotta do is go up for temperature or go down for temperature, whichever you like. So that's that. These lamps are, you have to manually turn them on and off. This here, like I said, this one here turns off the big light. So you can have the smaller lights here. And it looks nice at night, just to have the lamps on. Let's see. Let's check out the rear view. Okay, again, this is motorized, the shutters. So please, if you do decide to open this shutter, please remember to close it before you leave, because if you don't, it might rain while you're gone and cause all kinds of damage, which we're not unfamiliar with, but we don't like dealing with it. So up with the manual shutter, and there's your view from the back. Again, this one has a screen as well, so you don't have to worry about any bugs getting in. But it's very peaceful and quiet. Alright, so let me close this up. Coming down. There's a couple of baskets here for your laundry. There is a strip back here in case you need an extra outlet. Of course, the bed will be made when you guys get here. This is what it looks like now. Turn off the light. Turn off this light. These steps are a little narrow, so I found it a little hard to get up here with heavy bags, but just be as careful as possible. That's the view from up here. And that pretty much does it. I got cut off on the last video, so I'm just going to go over these again. There's another window here that you can open up. I think I went through all of this, but the bathroom again. A little bathroom. Cabinet space. In there. Trash can, I believe I went over this, which was the storage space. And the rest of the things. So, let's go outside and do this key thing so I don't have to do this video over again. So, in order to open and close this from either side, I'm going to show you how to do this. Right now it's open. It's done is to lock it up at night, which we always do, of course, is stick the key in there, turn it till it stops, lift up the handle at the same time, put pressure on both, going to the left, and that turns the key. You take the key out, let that down, and it's locked. You don't have to put a lot of pressure on it, you don't have to torque it that much. It's very easy. And to unlock it, you don't even have to touch this handle, you just turn the key and it unlocks. I know it's a little weird, but let me do that again in slow motion. Key in, turn key till it stops, keep pressure on it, put pressure on this, you feel it engage, take key out, drop this. Simple. Unlock it, take it, out you go. So that's that. Okay, I think I covered everything. There's always questions, so feel free to ask. We want you guys to have a good stay here and be able to utilize everything so you get the most out of this place. But pretty much it in a nutshell. I am going to go out here to show you what the outside looks like from this angle. And this area here is well lit with LED lights, just to let you know. So it's very safe back here. And there's an LED over there. That's what it looks like from the outside. So I'm gonna walk a little bit further so you guys know how to get here. It is a little bit hidden. This is our neighborhood dog, Bea. Bea. She'll greet. She's very shy at first, but she'll really warm up to you. Come here, Bea. Hi, Bea. What you doing? Come here. Come here, Bea. Come here, Bea. Good girl. She's really sweet. She poops a lot, but she's sweet. Right, Bea? Anyway, that's that area. And there's another dog over here that keeps watch. So this is the road that runs behind the restaurant. And just to give you an idea of where we are, I'm going to walk up a little bit further. See, the restaurants are up this road. Behind the restaurants. Just a short walk up that way. Alamanda's right here on the right. You got this residence here, and you got Sunshine Cottage. So from the restaurants, one beach or one road away from the beach is the road that you're going to be driving down. And we're probably going to be greeted by a dog here in a couple of seconds. There's Bea again. Right, Bea? And the name of the building, Pasa Flor. Hello? Hi, Elodie. How are you? I'm just doing a video. So that's your guy, huh? He's a good dog. Bea! So this gate leads to the pool. It's locked right now. I don't have the keys with me, but the pool's right back there and you can use it whenever. And that's pretty much it. Bye, Elodie. Bye-bye. All right, see you later. Probably, maybe in 5 months.